Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to another Daily Scuttlebutt with
me, Ivy's Family Factotum.
Yeah, I drug her out here to the blacksmith shop today. One of two reasons is because I had previously had done a video that I did like a show and tell of some of the stuff that I had and talked about different like hammers and stuff and things that I had found over at the property. And then for whatever reason, the video got damaged or just, I don't know, something happened and I wasn't able to release it. And I did talk about it. And then I've actually had a request from one of our subscribers, which is David over at D.A. Berry Outdoors, which he needs to post more often because I miss seeing his videos. One of these days we'll get a chance to go down and actually meet up with them down in Texas.
It'd be nice.
But he has requested that I redo the video, so here we are. We're outside, but we're going to talk about our day. What are we doing today?
What are you doing
today? What am I doing today? I'm finally getting to the property to work today.
Yeah, he's going to take the kids with him. I got to go drive an hour out for an appointment.
Yeah, medical appointment. And then we both have a medical appointment tomorrow, so...
Yeah. It's just, a kept maintenance.
Yeah, it's just...
just maintenance.
Yeah, maintenance. It's all scheduled stuff,
Yeah.
When you're working with the VA and working with different, TRICARE.
Yeah, you got to keep on top of the VA stuff.
You got to keep going.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, so we both have an appointment tomorrow for the VA.
So today you're going to go to the property. Well, I'm coming along for maybe a couple of hours.
Yep.
Then I'll be leaving. Y'all are going to be clearing out more of the driveway, right?
Yep.
At least working your way up to get some branches cleared out. So.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get some of the barbed wire taken out and then cut down trees. So for today, unless it's something that's going to be blocking the driveway, I'm just going to cut it and let it lay where it falls.
Yeah.
We'll come back later and actually pick up trees. So right now I'm just thinning the herd.
Yeah. And there's, we did a color coding kind of thing, so he'll show you that later. Of what trees we're going to keep. Yeah,
we still need to pick up some of the tape for that, but we are going to be doing stuff because we'd already talked about we have a bridge to build.
Yes.
We have a cabin to build. We have some other things that need to happen, and we're going to try to utilize some of that lumber from our own property to do some of these projects.
So we'll color code them.
And we're going to color code and such.
And choose the specific trees or species.
Yeah, we already know quite a few trees that need to come down. Quite a few trees that we want to come down. And then other than that, it's just going to be starting to be picky and choosy of walking the property. But we also need to be able to get to those things without having to stretch a lot of cable or chain and such to be able to pull them out of the woods.
Yeah.
But we need to be able to have access.
So we'll work from the inside out a lot more easier so that it can be cleared more in the front while we're pulling the rest out.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what it's going to be for the next couple of days as long as the weather permits. We'll be clearing out trees and getting them ready. Oh, and then the gravel too. So we're going to have to fill in.
Yep.
Backfill all that stuff.
Yeah, we got our gravel. We got the culverts to do. So we'll be knocking that out hopefully this week. You guys will be able to see that. I do have a video coming out today that is about the Jeep. I know some people said, yeah, let's see it. Other people said, no, we don't need to see it. But we weren't really able to do a whole lot over the weekend. So I went ahead and filmed that. And that's going to be our Monday's video. Otherwise, you guys wouldn't have anything to watch for Monday.
Oh, and at the same time, it is what the channel is. It's just...
We're a family vlog. And it's
daily living, and that's
what we did.
That is one four-wheeler. I mean, the only four-wheeler that actually works.
Well, I think Mom's four-wheel drive does work. It's it's just,
Rusty?
I don't know. Well, I think whenever I got stuck with it, I didn't like put it into gear correctly.
Yeah.
But I'd never had it in four-wheel drive until after I got it stuck. So at that point, you didn't really have the opportunity to move the truck forward or backwards.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that might have been it. So yes.
So yeah, because I wasn't expecting to need to use four-wheel drive.
Until you skid down there, and that was
Yeah.
fun. It got me stuck once or twice.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need that vehicle. It's our daily.
Yeah, so we
driving.
do have parts on order for the Jeep. She's talking about the Jeep. And those parts are coming. It's going to be a few weeks because I actually needed to get a specialty tool for seals, so axle seals. The part stores here did not have that. So now we have to wait for the stuff to come in before we can get it put back together. So it's going to be a few weeks on that.
Yeah.
And that's fine. We still have the Ford. We still have the Toyota. But we do want to get that fixed as soon as possible because that's what we're going to be utilizing for pulling trees.
Bye.
And until we can get, our own tractor or a four-wheeler or such. But
yeah, that's my baby.
yeah.
But yeah, so that's all we got in store right now. Trees, rocks, and Jeep right now.
Yeah.
Filling that stuff in, so we'll be busy with that. And whenever we are not able to do that because of the weather, Anson's been baking a lot. Oh my God. He did an awesome pizza dough yesterday.
Yeah, I found a really good pizza dough. And
everybody loved it.
I forgot what website I got it from, but it's very simple because it's a bread dough that you start in your bread machine.
Yeah.
So most bread machines have a dough setting, and you put all the ingredients in, but you have to put them in a certain order, and then once it gets going, and it filled up. The recipe I found, because we have a 2-pound loaf bread machine, and the recipe I found is for that. So you don't want to put a 2-pound bread machine loaf for pizza dough into a 1-pound because it's going to really overflow, and it almost overflowed ours.
It was touching the little window on the top, and then finally when I took it out, it was...
But yeah, it was good.
It was awesome.
Made what, four
yeah,
pizzas?
We made 4
that were about, a good 12.
A good 12-inch.
Yeah, 12-inch pizza. Made 4 12-inch pizzas.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
The kids were like, we don't want to order anything. We don't want to buy anything from the store. Yeah. This is it. So I was like, babe, where's the recipe? And
plus, we do have a stone pizza tray.
Yeah, it's a pan. It's a pizza pan.
The pizza pan, but it's stone one. And I highly recommend you getting one of those if you do not have one. The one I've had for years and years and years. I actually got it from Pampered Chef a long time ago.
Yeah, you got to make sure to keep that in the oven.
Yeah, you preheat it in the oven. Yeah. And then put your pizza dough on there, and then your toppings, and then you put it back in. So,
I know.
That's so good.
It was awesome.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to start getting into the show and tell. I don't know if you want to stick around for that.
I know, go ahead.
Or not. But so this is actually one of the first things that I showed. And it's actually a hammer that I made for Mama. This is, I don't know if this was the first one I made.
God, I don't remember.
It's either the very first hammer I made or the second hammer that I made. But what's special about this is that this is a mild steel hammer. And the whole point behind that is this is a softened hammer. So it's not going to be nowhere near as hard as like a blacksmith hammer or a hammer that you buy from a store, like a sledgehammer or any of those things. Because if you're doing any type of work, especially in a blacksmith's trade, to where you're hitting a tool with another tool, you don't want one of those tools, to be hard. One has to be soft, one has to be hard, right, to do the work. So that's why I made 4 or 5 of these.
Now, what would you be using with that?
And that's the whole point of it. Is it's used. So instead of having another tool to where, let's say that, because they're called top tools, right? Normally the top tool that you're making the side that is striking the hot metal is hardened. The other side that's being struck by a hammer is softened, and then you're utilizing your regular hammer. But the reason why I made these, the mild steel hammers, was that way if I made a top tool and I didn't harden it correctly, and I start hitting it with another hammer, because I was still new whenever I made these, in a blacksmithing trade. So I made the soft hammer to be able to hit a hardened tool. That way I didn't have to worry about hurting myself. Because if you hit two hard tools together, they could almost be like glass. They can actually shatter. That's why if you look on hammers, you look on axes. I don't know if I have one here. Anything that it might show, but a lot of times they'll have like little stickers that will say, wear your safety glasses, wear this, wear that, wear this, wear that. Yeah, because like that, right? A little warning. I don't know if you can see that. Like the little warning like that. It says, always wear your safety glasses. Well, that's the reason why, because if you're hitting a hard hammer against a hard hammer, there's a chance that will shatter and it'll send the metal shards into you, hurting you. So a soft hammer and a hard hammer, you can hit all day. This hammer is never going to shatter this one because it's much softer than this one.
Okay. Makes sense.
You're going to damage this one if you're doing it a lot, and it's not going to last you forever. But that's the whole point of it was it's a nice soft hammer to be able to hit a hardened tool if needed. Right, so you can even use like a ball peen if you need to make a hole or like a divot in something. I can use that as a top tool, hit that, and it's not going to hurt me. Yes. So, but this one's Mom's, and I've been using it. So I actually gave this to her for her trailer. It was to help her with setting the tongue and stuff like that on her trailer. And then some of the other things that I was wanting to show was stuff that I found over at the property. So this one is an old axe, and I don't even know it. Like, I've been trying to look for any type of maker's mark or whatnot, but it has like those, like the fluted sides on it. So I'm pretty sure that's an indicator of who made this, but I'm not an axe expert, so if anybody else out there that knows, but I need to get a new handle for that. And it was kind of weird too, because you can tell overuse, because you can see like it's wore out a lot more up here than it is down here. So either that was a specialty reasoning for that, I don't know, or it's just wore out over the ages. And then I also found a draw knife. So these are actually tools that I make, but I thought it was kind of cool that this one actually needs to be cleaned up and sharpened up, and this one will probably be just fine. Yeah. Which I have not found a maker's mark on this either, but I don't know. Once I get some of the rust off and such, because I don't have the rust solution that I need to clean this, because they have like Evapor Rust, and they have like some of the different products that you can use. I do know like some people will use diesel and transmission fluid or something like that for getting rid of rust or whatever. But I want to get some of the right things, get that cleaned up, put a wire wheel to it maybe, but because I don't want to damage it, I just want to preserve it and use it. But those were the things that I found, and that's what I talked about, right? So safety, utilizing those hammers. Because the hammer that I made for myself was actually this one, and it was a style of a dog head, like that. But it was on a metal handle with a 550 cord wrap, and this thing would beat the heck out of me, and it would hurt my hands. So I ended up putting a flat face on it, and now it's my flatter. So if you don't know what a flatter is, I can talk about that in a different video. You just have to let me know. But But this is considered a top tool. So you set this on your work, you hit it with another hammer. But since this hammer is mild steel, I can actually hit this with my sledge or regular blacksmith hammer. So, and that's it. That's what we got going for today.
Yep.
So you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Ready. Promotion.
Burning daylight.
Burning daylight. All right, y'all. So definitely appreciate you for following the journey. Make sure you're checking all the links we have down in the description. It's greatly appreciated. Share us out to your friends. We would like to grow on this channel as well, not just the main channel.
That's fine.
It's fine. And remember, always thank a veteran at every chance you get.
Not only on Veterans Day.
And we'll see you all on the next one.
Bye.
Bye-bye, y'all.